So I'm sitting here with Darlene, one of my clients, and I'm explaining to her about Social Security and the income that happens when you start receiving Social Security and you go back to work. So what I was explaining was, you receive Social Security now, but you went back to work, right?
I never quit.
You never quit. Okay. So, but you became of age to actually receive your Social Security. So they told you when you receive the Social Security that it's not taxable, right? Did they say you could tax it, or they said this supposed to be free money?
It's supposed to be free.
It's supposed to be free money, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Technically it is, but up to a certain amount, right? So as you can see, this Social Security that you're receiving now is from how long you've worked over the years when they were taking Social Security tax withheld, which is box 4 of the W-2, right? So they were taking that at the time, and now you become of a certain age, now it's time for them to give it back to you, right? And it's not supposed to be taxable because they've already taxed it, right? So they tax it that one time, but you're still working. And although that they're still taking Social Security tax withheld, again, on what you're working right now, if you make over a certain amount, which is when you go above the threshold, then they start taxing the Social Security, which was supposed to be free money, again. So that Social Security once that you're receiving now, that they tax one time, and then now they're taxing it again, which is twice, and you're still working, so they're taking Social Security again. So it's 3 times. It's a hat trick.
They said free.
No, it's not free. It's up to a certain amount. Up to a certain.
That's not what they told me.
No, it's up to a certain threshold. They told you that you would receive X amount of dollars every month, and it was non-taxable. Yeah, well, that's not totally true. They only taxed a third of it, so they taxed $2,500 of it. But that small amount that they did tax was enough to take your tax return from receiving a refund to actually having a liability. And that's not necessarily fair, considering that you didn't feel like you were supposed to be getting taxed on it.
Yes.
And not only that, they're also taking out Medicare on your Social Security. They're taking the Medicare premium. Yeah. You can go to Social Security and you can ask them to take taxes out on your Social Security benefit. If you notice here in box 6 of your 1099 SSA, it has voluntary federal income tax withheld. So they have a space for them to take taxes out of there, so you won't run into this situation where it'll be, because they're going to tax it. So in order for me to get the money back, they got to take some money and hold on to it for the entire year. And then hopefully you don't go over the threshold on your job, or you don't have overtime, or you don't get a bonus, and then we can, have a refund instead of a liability. So you can either have them take taxes out on the Social Security that you're receiving every month, which is probably 6% or 7%, or you can decrease your allowances on your job and claim 0 and have them.
I thought I was claiming 0.
On this particular W-2, what I like to see, for the amount that you make, I like to see box 2 have 10% withheld of that. So you halfway there. You have about 5.5% taxes withheld, but you're in the 12% tax bracket. So, but for them increasing the exemptions and the allowance and the standard exemption this year, then you actually will owe them a substantial amount of money. It's the tax game.